Saturday of this week, Saturday the 15th of August, is in the Church of England calendar as the Feast of the Blessed Virgin Mary. In other calendars you'll find it described as the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, the Dormition of the Blessed Virgin Mary, the falling asleep of the Blessed Virgin Mary. We keep this as a festival in which we can celebrate how God broke into the world and its history in the most radical way when he chose Mary, whom we understand to be a poor and ordinary young woman with neither power nor influence, to be the mother of his son. The Gospel talks of a fulfillment of what was spoken to her by the Lord. Well, yes, a fulfillment of what was spoken to her, but also a fulfillment of God's promises and of people's expectations that at some stage the Messiah would be seen amongst his people. Jewish women at the time of Mary had a strong ambition to have children, to give birth to descendants to the next generation. And there's also a strand of thought which believes strongly that what gave the deepest meaning to motherhood was the possibility that were she to produce a son, then her son might be the deliverer, the Messiah. Mary realized that God had chosen her, a peasant maid, to fulfill the hope of every Jewish woman. She was indeed to give birth to the deliverer. Mary also realized that in this, God was about to offer the possibility that human life and human society might be turned upside down. St. Luke's Gospel continues with Mary's song or poem, which we know as the Magnificat, and which is said or sung at evening prayer every day. Mary described God's radical agenda in the past tense, as if it had already happened. And indeed it had, in the sense that God had taken the first step in choosing the time for the deliverer to be born. He has scattered the proud. He has brought down the powerful. He has filled the hungry, says Mary. It is a vision of God's loving purposes for all his people, and a vision of how things might be, indeed ought to be. It's a hope. It's an aspiration. It is also a promise of what will be. The aspirations to which Mary gave voice remain aspirations. In many places, the powerful remain enthroned, the lowly unlifted, the hungry are not yet filled with good things, and the rich are not yet sent away empty. In Mary, we see a profound hope that it should not be so. In the birth of her son, we see a decisive and direct intervention in human affairs by God, and a radical invitation from him to do things differently and to organise our human affairs rather better. For in that we would recognise the fulfilment of that which the Lord has spoken.